What's up, y'all? It's HollyHood Molli. Miss Tap in with the racks in. If you ain't got the racks in, then don't tap in. I'm on the block with KASHVISIONTV.
I'm on the block.
Get it bustin' at the club. Ass titties, thick as fuck. Get it bustin', throwing dubs. Ass titties, thick as fuck.
All right, what's good, everybody? We back at On the Block for 2025. It's the first interview for 2025. I got my girl HollyHood Molli here with me. How you doing?
I'm good.
You good? Mm-hmm. All right, so start off by telling my people like where you from.
I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, the 336.
Okay, so what was your experience like growing up in Greensboro?
It was cool. I met a lot of people. I won't feel me off the porch and like when I was growing up.
Okay.
I was really in the house for real until I got older.
So what was you involved in? Like what did you get yourself into while you was
I was
Greensboro?
dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is like your funnest like memory that you had from your childhood being in Greensboro?
Outside playing manhunt. Because I don't have no siblings that live with me.
Okay.
That was fun. I don't give a fuck. That was fun as hell. We played in the snow, all types of shit.
Okay. So, as you got older, did you like attend any of your parties that was in Greensboro? Like you was in the party scene?
Yeah.
How would you say like Greensboro party scene? Is it lit? Was it lit back then? Like when you was partying, how was it?
It was ghetto as fuck. My first party was Twerk Fest, and I was 12 years old. I went to Twerk Fest with my homegirl. She was grown as fuck though, so like she was telling me to tell all the niggas I was 13, so I wasn't there telling niggas I was 13. Either way it go, that shit ended so bad. It was police officers outside, pepper spraying niggas. I was in the party. My mama came up to the door and was like, because I was with my cousin. We was not supposed to be at that party. She was like, them two was with me. Somebody had ended up telling her we was at the party. Got in trouble for that. Got my ass whipped for that. But it was cool. It was fun. So.
Yeah, I feel like our parties always started out fun and then ended up going left when it was time to go.
Every fucking party I went to was crazy. Like, I probably went to all the Twerk Fest. For real. Because once I started going, I was going. I was outside. And then the biggest party I've been to was like, his name's Stacks now. Stacks the host.
That's my cousin.
Yeah, I went to his, I think it was a Sweet 16, him and Brianna's.
Okay.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And then after they was shooting outside, we was running.
Yeah.
They didn't even know where they was shooting from. We was just running.
They always shooting, but they never shooting at anybody. That's what I realized. Like, they never shooting at nobody. It's always in the air. But I feel like that was a waste.
I was scared.
So, you been in Greensboro. You went to Smith, right?
Right.
Or the Academy of Smith. I know, like, people get...
I went to Smith.
All right, I know people get real iffy about the difference.
The Academy kids will tell you, I went to Smith Academy. I ain't go to Smith.
Yeah. So, how was your experience at Smith? Did you like it there?
It was ghetto.
Ghetto. I mean, it's one of the first black schools, like black high schools in Greensboro. So
it was ratchet.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging it because that's the environment that I wanted to put myself in.
Right.
I wanted to go to Smith.
Okay.
I literally had a choice between high schools. I went to Smith for my own reasons, but high school is gonna be high school regardless. But once I got older and I realized every high school is not like that, it was like, oh, like we waking up in the morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. They still beefing about something on Facebook yesterday. They fighting.
But that's everywhere though.
Yeah.
That's
I was beefing with bitches at 7 a.m. I didn't give a damn. Nobody else gave a fuck. So what the fuck?
Yeah, you up at that time, so it's like when I see you, it's on. You know what I'm saying? So
it's just that.
What's some of the fun memories you had from being at Smith?
Skipping school.
Okay.
It was the best times.
Yeah.
I love skipping.
What you do when you skip? Where did y'all go?
We used to go to the park and smoke.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
Typical stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just chill.
Right.
You was a dancer at Smith. You was in the band.
Right.
How was that?
Fun.
It was fun?
Yeah.
What you learned from being in the band? I know like the band give us a lot of lessons.
Yeah, I learned discipline. A lot of discipline. A lot of self-discipline. Confidence. Having confidence in everything that you do. A lot of my life lessons that I learned from the band, I still apply to like my real life today.
Okay.
And I just don't even notice it. But a lot of shit I learned from the band, like how you just gotta keep going. Cause like my first year, people don't know, my first year when I tried out for the dance team, I wasn't supposed to make it.
Right.
I was on the verge of being cut. I was just there, like literally. It was like, we see it in you, but you're not there yet. So we're gonna see if you can get there. But if you can't get there, then I'm just gonna cut you.
Right.
Type thing. So it taught me how to keep going and pursuing whatever I want to do. So that's how I'm rapping now, for real, for real.
What is one of those fun memories that you had from being in the band at Smith?
Band camp.
Okay.
Band camp was fun. We used to do band camp on NCCU's campus.
Right.
So that was fun because it was an overnight band camp, and it just wasn't the typical band camp. And then go ahead. I'm gonna get into that.
Okay, so one of your first viral moments was being in that band, and y'all was dancing against was it High Point Central?
Yeah. Are you talking about me falling?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did that come about?
It was my adrenaline. Like, I'm telling y'all, we practiced this because we knew we was gonna have to battle. If it wasn't High Point Central, it was gonna be somebody else. But we already knew it was gonna be High Point Central, and we practiced this over and over again. I had it perfect. My adrenaline was so like far up my ass that in the midst of me trying to keep my balance and also trying to keep the momentum going, I fell. So it is what it is.
Those type of battles get hectic. Like it just don't be no order. Like everybody just be in everybody's face. Like,
exactly. And so like
the coaches started battling
right here.
Yeah.
And you like
Yeah.
at the same time trying to dance. But it was what it was. Like if you watch the rest of the battle, then you know what it is with me. And if you don't know what it is, we need to go do your research.
Yeah. I mean, that was a cool moment though. You got memories that'll last you a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So, moving from high school, you went to college.
Right.
Where did you attend college?
Alabama State.
How did you like it?
Alabama State was fun.
Okay.
That was an experience that I'm always going to remember. Like, Alabama State was a blast. I'm not gonna lie. I met a lot of people. I got a lot of friends from Alabama State. I just love Alabama State. Like, I wouldn't redo. The only thing that I would redo is that I would finish.
Okay.
And it's a lot of reasons why I didn't finish, and it wasn't just based off like me not wanting to, but it was more so that I really couldn't, because it was like you can either do this or this. And at this point, I was already in the studio a lot, and it was like if you want to finish, you have to come back as a full-time student. Okay. And so I was already so stuck here, and like being in the studio here, I was working at the studio. I was seeing the opportunities with the studio, so I decided to stick with the studio.
So what made you choose Alabama State?
Dance.
Dance? Dance made you choose. So you made the dance team. You didn't make the dance team. You tried out. So what made you not make the dance team? Did they tell you?
No. So it was 2 rounds.
Okay.
The first round I got cut. Right? The next day, I was so sad in my feelings because this is the whole reason why I came to Alabama anyway. Right. So I was so sad in my feelings, I turned my phone off. I went to sleep, went back up, turned it on, called my mom. So I had missed calls from the coach. Never called her back. So at that point, I felt like it just wasn't for me. Right. And I had already been crying. I was already upset. And I was just like, I'm going to try something else. I ended up joining other dance teams though. Okay. Yeah. So you joined dance orgs on campus. Yeah. So the dance orgs that I know of are like House Arrest, D5. Right. So you're part of those. I'm part of both of them. Yeah. Both of them. So how was your experience becoming them? I know House Arrest, they go through their process is extreme. Like how was it for you? House Arrest was easier than D5. Okay. But House Arrest did do a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna talk too much. Yeah. But yeah, House Arrest did a lot and D5 did a lot. So I went into House Arrest knowing what to expect because I was already D5. But going into D5, I was just trying out for a dance team. I'm not knowing that it's a whole, process and organization. So I'm like, that first night, I was scratching my head, like, is this something that I want to do? y'all see where I'm at now, so I did it.
So would you trade that? Would you trade it? Like, would you go back and not do it again?
No.
You wouldn't?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't do it? Or
no,
you
I
would
would do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what did you learn from those experiences, though? Because I know, like, trying to make it through something to become a part of an order, it become hard and teach you a lot while you're going through it. So what did you learn while pursuing that?
I learned how to work with other people. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard. Like, everybody being on one accord, learning how to talk to people, learning how to receive people, like, accept them for who they are. Personally, again, self-discipline, balance, because trying to become something and then also having class, and just balance, and patience. A lot of patience. You have to have a lot of patience with people, yourself, knowing that you're strong as your weakest link in the team. So if your weakest link is down, you down too. And that's just the reality. But yeah, that's what I learned.
So you went to college. You chose Alabama for dance. What was you studying? What was your major?
Business administration. Okay,
so how did you get from going to study business administration to wanting to be
a rapper?
A rapper, yeah.
Okay, so around COVID, this is around like my house arrest process. By the way, y'all, we're not talking about actual house arrest. It's an organization. It's an organization called House Arrest. It's a dance team. But it's my process for house arrest, and like everybody in my line was very creative, so they all did different stuff other than dance.
Okay.
And a couple of my homegirls and my homeboys rap. Like, that's what they did. Like, their main thing was rapping, and dance was like their second thing. So we were just in one of my homeboys' dorm rooms one night studying, and we was rapping, and I freestyled, and they was like, you need to get in the studio.
Okay.
So then COVID happened. We came home. I'm like, let me just get in the studio and see what it's talking about. And I never fucking left. It was something that was for me. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you just felt at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's the most I've ever felt confident. And I've done a lot of things to build my confidence up. So
did you automatically start releasing music, or was it like, I'm going to just drop some freestyles because I was freestyling?
Yeah. So I was freestyling at first, like, on my Instagram. I was freestyling in the car, in my room, mainly in my room, just dropping different shit, videos. And then when I had went back to Alabama, finished my process with house arrest. In the midst of that, keep in mind, me and my homeboys and homegirls is online. It's 30 of us, and we're making songs together.
Okay.
So we made this song called "Get to Clapping." Went crazy because we got the whole house arrest with us.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, their lines is deep.
Yeah.
So like everybody is singing "Get to Clapping" in the club. So now pedestrians catching on, like the y'all call them GPs or whatever, but they catching on to like the songs. So now we got the whole club rocking.
Right.
Like, we're performing every weekend, and at that moment I knew this is what I wanted to do. Yeah, cause
So Get It Clapping was like your first like real song that got put out.
Yeah.
All right. So was your next one Superstar Molli, or was that like later on down the line?
That was later on down the line.
Okay. So how many songs did you release between that one and Superstar Molli? Because like I think like on Apple Music, Superstar Molli is like the earliest you can go.
Yeah.
So how many songs did you make in between then?
I made a whole tape in between them.
Okay.
But I changed my name in between them too.
Right.
So a lot of my songs you can't even find no more because I no longer go by that name. And yeah, I dropped like 7-song tape and probably 2 more singles after that. And then Superstar Molli came with Superstar Tay probably like a year after that.
Okay.
But it was a period of time I wasn't dropping music. I had to get back into it again.
So where did HollyHood Molli come from?
So I was talking to my big sister and she was telling me like the name that I had at the time wasn't really. She didn't feel like it was really marketable. Also, people always would confuse me. Like they would think I was Crip because I had a 3 in my name, and the 3 stands for a whole different reason. But I just decided like I need to come up with a new name.
Okay.
So me and my 2 other engineers, we were just sitting in the room. We was thinking, and at the time when people would come through the studio, they would call me Hollywood because I would never talk to nobody. But it's just like I just don't really talk to you unless I really fuck with you for real.
Yeah.
So they would call me Hollywood. So they was like Hollywood, you HollyHood. So then
That's right.
HollyHood Molli dropped a 3. Yeah.
Okay. So, finding your sound. So we talking about from Get It Clapping to now being HollyHood Molli, from changing from Molli to HollyHood Molli. How did you find your sound through that process?
I just kept rapping.
Okay.
Like literally, like I just kept going. It was a 2021 and 2022. That whole year, I was in the studio every day, like, and I made sure I recorded something every single day.
Okay.
Like I didn't let up because I wanted to know who I was. Like a lot of times I would get inspired by other rappers and like try to do that flow, but I knew it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So I had to just keep doing what I wanted to do and experiment with different shit. Like at one point, I had told everybody I didn't even want to do hard body no more. I was just gonna do straight autotune because I had fell in love with the autotune shit.
Yeah.
Like I just experimented with a whole bunch of stuff. So I
Okay.
am who I am.
So being you talk about the studio. Are you talking about Dan Wright Studios?
Right.
So how did you get that opportunity? How did that come about?
Oh my god. Y'all not gonna believe this shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all ain't gonna believe how I got it. So I was in there. I was paying to go at first.
Okay.
You know, I was paying for sessions or whatever. The bathroom was broke. So, Righteous, the owner, I was talking to the owner and I was like, bro, I'll clean the bathroom for free studio time, literally. Like, I'll do all this shit. I'll clean the whole studio. So that's how I started there. I was cleaning the whole studio. And the bathroom was broke. Like, the toilet was flooding.
Okay.
So, like, the whole bathroom would be flooded every day. And I would have to clean that shit every single day before the day would even start.
Dang.
And then clean the rest of the studio. And I was doing all that shit for free studio time. And then I ended up getting mad. So I'm like, hell no. At this point, I'd rather just pay for the studio time. But then over time, he was like, you're going to start getting paid because you do a lot more than what you're supposed to do around here. So ended up start getting paid, and I was in that bitch getting paid in free studio time.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta take that leap and just find a way to fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To like get your foot in the door so that you
Right.
can get what you need. So you talked about that was like a difficulty that you faced.
Right.
So from that spot till now, what's some other difficulties that you faced?
A lot, like fake shit. As far as like people just being around just to be around, like I'm telling you, like I ain't gonna get into that, but just a lot of the like faking it.
Okay.
A lot of people fake it for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really weird, but I get it because everybody wants to be at the top and they want to ride whatever wave they feel like is going to get them there. So I get it in the sense that I get the reason why they're doing it, but I'm just not the one to do it. Like my opportunities come to me and I open the doors.
Right.
And I make the best of it. Some people just, you know, I don't know. They go another route about it. And it just puts me in a fucked up situation because it's like you didn't have to do that to get around. You could have just made your own way, your own space.
Like they up under you or beside you because
Right.
they think that you gonna take them.
Right, they're gonna
you.
take them through the door with me.
Yeah,
and
but
it's like
everybody can't go with you though. That's the thing.
that's
and
a
then
fact.
number 2 is like what's for you ain't for everybody else. Like
Right.
God might have something for you that they can't be a part of, and you won't get it unless
It's
they
not
move.
there,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like, nah.
That's a fact.
So besides people trying to ride the wave to stardom, what else like I know people have problem with engineers or people may have problem with like videographers or traveling or what's some other stuff that you've experienced?
Shit. I had a manager that damn near left me in LA.
Oh, man.
I had a producer that took my whole tape down because of a song. Because of a beat, I'm sorry. And it was crazy because we had already agreed on something and he just, whatever. I had a manager that was bamboozling the fuck out of me, like taking my money and flying his other artists out to do shit. It's just a lot.
So break that down. How can an engineer, for people that don't know, how can an engineer take your whole project down?
A producer.
So, based off one beat.
Copywriting, like we had agreed on a certain percentage. I'm with a label now, so however they do the percentage, that's how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
But before I would do 60-40, so my producers would get 60, I would get 40. And I did that with all my producers. Every single producer. I just feel like without the beat, you feel me, it wouldn't be a song.
Right.
So he had ended up collabing with a different producer and didn't tell me. So then the other producer was like, no, I need my money for it. And I'm like, well, we had already agreed on this, so this is something you need to talk to him about, because you feel me? Like, that has nothing to do with me, but it became something to do with me once the tape got down. But I never put it back up. I mean, I never put that song back up. It wasn't worth it. It is what it is. They'll see the value in it later.
Right. So, enough about the lows of the industry and what you have to deal with. What are some high moments that you have had while pursuing this career?
I've had a lot of high moments. I feel like that's what's keeping me going in the first place. Like, if it wasn't no pros into this, it probably wouldn't. I wouldn't be here for real. Like, besides all of the stuff that I already said or anything that can relate to that, everything else is good. Like, I love the process of becoming who I am. Like, I love being on the road, doing shows everywhere, promoting my name everywhere, giving out merch. Like, I love when people already know about me before, I introduce myself. And I even still then, I introduce myself.
Right.
Because I don't know who knows me for real.
Right.
So I just love everything about it. It's just, I love music in general, and I love making music, but when other people love my music, it's just a different feeling.
Okay. So the highs is like just being an artist. It's just a high moment for you. Okay, so I wanted to speak on a high moment. You opened up for Rich Homie.
Right.
How was that?
Lit. It's
It was
fun.
lit.
That shit was lit.
Not too many people get to do stuff like that.
Right.
And him being, gone now. I know that's like a big thing in your book now because you was able to do that.
He's legendary.
Yeah. So, we're talking about all the stuff you have accomplished. And in that, we got to talk about the catalog that you got. So you got Disrespectful, Queen of the Hill, What's Next, Cold Ass Bitch, In Molly We Trust, Molly World. On top of EPs and singles, and how do you get all this stuff done? Like, what's your creative process? How you make it happen?
Well, with my tapes, a lot of my tapes are based off like the producer I'm with.
Okay.
Like, all of my producers and engineers are my friends. These are my homeboys. Like,
okay.
We have a connection. So sometimes we just be in the studio 4 or 5 hours. We have made 4 songs. It's like we in album mode.
Yeah.
We in album mode now. So tomorrow I'm coming back and we're doing 4 more songs. And then we're doing 4 more songs. And then we're doing 4 more songs. And then we're gonna pick out of those which ones we're gonna drop.
Okay.
I got hella music I haven't dropped. Keep in mind, I worked in the studio for a whole year. I got hella music I haven't dropped. A lot of them songs that y'all hear on them tapes are old songs. They just fit the vibe with the tape, so I put it on there. Queen of the Hill was probably like the craziest tape that I did because I had just lost my Instagram page, and that's where I built my fan page at. So I was overly working.
Yeah.
Like, I was on overdrive.
Okay. So where do you draw your inspiration? Like, how do you get your inspiration to make a song or to make an album or EP?
I be wanting to shit on these bitches. Personally, I be wanting to shit doo-doo, boo-boo. Because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I started this off very humbly. I came in very humbly. Like, giving credits where it's due, always working with other artists, always giving credit to other artists, supporting other artists, popping out to shows, popping out to video shoots. Turn around, let's fast forward and turn around when it's Molly's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Who was there?
Mm-hmm.
And then goes back to a lot of weird fake shit that be going on, like people coming around just for their own benefit. I'm not like that. It's no benefit in fucking with anybody to me,
Okay.
other than my label. But other than that, it's no benefit for me. So it's like, for me to fuck with you and genuinely fuck with you, and then you come around be on some weird shit. My inspiration is shitting on these hoes. Every time I get in the booth, how I'm shit on you today.
Alright, so going from your inspiration of, like you said, shitting on these hoes, where do you look up, is there any celebrities you look up to, or like any like mainstream artists, or like artists that have already made it? Who do you look up to in that aspect?
Lotto.
Okay.
She's gonna be my answer every fucking time. Lotto, bit mama, whatever the fuck you wanna call her. Lotto is my inspiration. Like, I watched her from the rap game to now. I was watching her when she was in her auto-tune era, when she wanted to just be an auto-tune rapper. Like, I watched all of that, and I was a fan through all of that. Just to see who she is now. Like, not knowing her personally, but just knowing her through what we know her through, you can still see the growth and how far she's made it. And it's just inspirational as fuck. Like, it's inspirational.
So, like Lotto, she has had a journey from where she started from rap game to now you've had a journey from rapping from with your line brothers and line sisters to what was next? Did you join Carolina Space Kids after that, or how did that come about?
Carolina Space Kids is a little bit. Carolina Space Kids. Okay, let me tell y'all. I joined Carolina Space Kids after Damn Right closed down.
Okay.
I was in a very vulnerable moment because I didn't realize how much Damn Right meant to me until it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, damn. I was literally depressed. I didn't want to rap. I had to find a new job. Like, it was just a lot. So Carolina Space Kids came around, and I was able to get high with all my friends in the studio and make music and make good music. And even if it wasn't good to anybody else, we was high as fuck. That shit sounded great.
Yeah.
So who gives a damn? And we put that shit out. We didn't give a fuck. And everybody was hard. Everybody in Carolina Space Kids was hard. Still is hard.
So you got a good relationship with them?
Most of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've interviewed Peso. I've actually known Peso for a minute. I interviewed Dede as well. Trying to get Fresco on here too. Fresco hard, I follow Fresco, but yeah. So you moved from them, and then you was like, all right, I'm gonna do my own thing. How did that happen to you, not being with them, to doing your own thing?
Like, what was the cutoff?
Yeah.
It was a lot of okay, so Carolina Space Kids, we started off as like a business thing.
Mm-hmm.
We all were producers. It was producers, engineers, videographers, rappers. We all come together. We all support each other. We all rap together. We all show up to video shoots, all that shit. And this is the shit I was speaking about before, about like, that's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the energy that they were coming with. A lot of personal things ended up spilling over into Carolina Space Kids. And I just felt like, for my mental health and for me knowing who I am and what I came from, because I was just getting out of my crash out era. Okay. Like, I was just getting out of that. Like, I'm finally done calmed down. I'm cool. I'm where I want to be. For me not to crash out, I had to step away. And me stepping away, it led me to other things, like other places, another team, type shit. And it's just what it is. But I still have love for them. Yeah. Like, mad love. Like, regardless of what happened personally with anybody in Carolina Space Kids, it's always gonna be love, and it's always gonna be, I hope you win. You feel what I'm saying? Like, regardless, I know motherfuckers be seeing certain shit on the internet, but it's like, I don't have personal beef. It's just, I don't like what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the disappointment. It's not like I don't like you, because I don't judge you completely off your actions. I just don't like what you did.
That's fair. I feel like that's fair. But sometimes it probably just what's for a season. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be with them to learn what you need to learn. They learn from you, you learn from them, and then y'all go y'all separate ways. So that's never a bad thing. Experience.
And I loved it. We got high off insurance every fucking night.
All right, so getting into your music. Going back to getting into your music, we started talking about your catalog, but now I want to dive into some of your lyrics. So, in Molly World, on Gangsta Bit, you said, "Stuck in your ways. You're stuck in your ways. A nigga can never change you." Are you still? Is that still your mentality?
Yep.
So, like, what would a dude have to do to put you in that soft era to where you're not so like gangster on them all the time?
Shit, they done tried.
They ain't tried everything.
Shit, they feel like it. Goddamn. It's not even like putting me in a soft place, cause I can get soft now. Like it goes there. You feel me? But you never gonna change who I am. Like, I'm always gonna be who I am, and if you can't accept that, then you just can't accept that. I always accept people for who they are. I always accept a nigga for who he is. If I like you, I like you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact in the future I'm gonna see things that I don't like. That's just the reality of any person. You always gonna find something in somebody that you don't like. But that's not gonna change the fact that I like you. Now, if you can't deal with the shit that I got going on, fuck it. Fuck you. I don't like you no more. That's what's gonna make me not like you. If you can't like me for who I am, I'm stuck in my ways. That's who I am right now. You feel what I'm saying? I'm 24.
It's like that.
Maybe I need to grow up a little bit. Right now, I'm cool.
It's no rush to have to compromise. You know what I'm saying? And figure it out. You still early in life, so it's like you can do whatever you want to.
Right.
It was just funny when I heard it. I was like, okay, let me ask the question to see what she would say. So in Queen of the Hill, Can't Be Fucked With Part 2. You said I'm already rich in my head. So you've already had this mentality like you're gonna make it. Like from the jump, you already always felt like that. So what are like some clear signs to you that just made you feel like, oh, I'm gonna make it up out of here?
Every time that I wanted to quit rapping, every single time, it was something that made me not stop. Literally. If it was a show, if it was somebody calling me for an interview, if it was somebody calling me to come to the studio, it was always something that made me not stop. And it was like, it was times where I was dead ass like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing this shit no more. There's nothing in this fucking world that's gonna make me get up and rap that same day I'm at the studio.
Right.
Like, that's as clear as it can get for me. If I keep getting up and keep doing it, then clearly it's in my routine. Clearly it's something I'm supposed to be doing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing stopping me from doing it.
Right. So, moving from there. So in a lot, you mentioned it earlier, but in a lot of your music, you talk about like the issues you may have with people, or like the issues they may have with you, and why do you think people may have issues with you, or why do you feel like people may cross you or do the things that they do? Like, I know you were saying like you understand that they try to join the wave, but like
why? Talking about like other issues.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna be real. It's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying? And like morals and principles. So what I stand on might not be what the next bitch stand on, and what I think is going on might not be what the next bitch think is going on. So a lot of times I kind of over-explain myself with people, because it's like, I want you to understand where I'm coming from, but a lot of people don't think that they're wrong. And that's just what they want to stand on. That's what they stand on. That don't mean I'm about to fuck with you. And that's how they feel too. You feel what I'm saying? They feel like I'm wrong about certain situations, and I don't give a damn.
Right.
And you can't make me give a damn. So now they don't fuck with me because of that. It's all about perspective, but I'm not into trying to figure out or trying to understand bitches no more, or niggas. I done try to be understood. Yeah. And now that I know that they can't, I'm not into understanding you.
But the people that's supposed to understand you will
understand me. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you use your music as a way to like get that off of you.
Yeah, I be getting shit off my chest for sure.
And it's working. Like people love the music. I compare it to like Kendrick now. He got 5 Grammys off of diss track. You know what I'm saying? Like him expressing how he might feel about somebody else. And people may feel how they feel about it. But that's how y'all express yourself. That's how rappers express themselves through their music.
Exactly.
So out of your whole catalog, from the start till now, what's your top 3 songs and why?
Park, Rock You featuring Get Rizé.
That's my shit.
And
I play that shit like twice a day, I promise you.
and I guess my new single, Bow Bow Bow.
Okay. So what do you like about all 3 of those? Or why are those your favorite?
Park, I really got that shit off my chest that day. It was a lot of shit going on Instagram, and I just felt like I need to get in the studio. So that's what I did. And that's why I love that song so much, because it's like, it was so real and so authentic, and my real emotions was in it. And you could hear it in my voice. Like, that's how I was really feeling. So, yeah. Rock You, I just loved I love the process of that song. That's why I love that song so much, because nobody knows what went, like, behind the scenes on that song. Like, at first, I had told Brody, we gonna get into that. I'm gonna just finish. And then, Bow Bow Bow, it was my first song with my label. My label's a fucking blessing, I'm not gonna lie. They did a lot for me in these past couple months. So, I'm in love with that song just because it all came together, and it's all coming together the way it's supposed to.
Okay, so getting into that song, because I want to know, since it's one of my favorite, like, how did that song come about? What was going on behind the scenes for that to happen?
Okay, so shout out Beats by Birdie. We was in the studio, and I was like, pull up the Rock You beat. Like, I just want to rap over the instrumental. And he was like, bro, just let me make a beat real quick. It's going to take me like 5 minutes. Literally took like 3 minutes, made a beat, put it together. The first time that I did it, I didn't have a verse in it. It was just, you know, that we rocking out. It was just the chorus. And it was like, just based on that, it was like, oh shit, we gotta put somebody on this bitch. And I was like, it gotta be a big feature. Like, it has to be big. At the time, Get Rizé was like, that was his home studio. So, maybe like 2 days went past. I had like put it on my Instagram, maybe just like a preview, and he slid up and was like, why didn't you put me on this song? And I'm like, shit, you ain't asked to be on it. Now at the time, Get Rich, the conversations that we did have, he didn't feel like he was as big as he was. Like, to me, Get Rizé was big at that point. You feel what I'm saying? He's even bigger now. Yeah. But he was big at that point. You feel what I'm saying? So like, he didn't realize that. And goddamn, he came to the studio, he put his verse on it. I said, oh, hell nah. Nigga can't eat me up on my song. Fuck that, I'm gonna put a verse on this shit. Yeah. I said, open that shit up. We finna put a verse on this motherfucker. So then we put a verse on it, and that was that. That shit was just crazy, because we had talked about putting it was just how it went. Like, at first I just wanted to rock over the instrumental. He said, fuck that, let me make a beat. Yeah. Then we finally got it. Then it was like, we gotta put a big feature on it, and the big feature came to me. So yeah. That was a wonderful song. I love that song. Yeah, that joint hard. With the break, like, y'all got that break in and y'all come back in. Like, that joint is hard. Like, I fuck with it. We need a video to that, for real. Let us shoot it. Yeah. Let us shoot it. I gotta get him. You know. I'll show you some of my work so you can see. Alright, you done shot one of my videos. You shot like one of my first videos. My first ever video I shot was you. So yeah. But we didn't grew. That was 2021. We didn't grew so much. Like, I didn't learn so much over time. Process. So yeah. So what do you want people to take from you? I know in What's Next in Popeyes, you said being real is a part of your image. So what is, like, besides being real, what is something that you want people to take from you? That's pretty much it. Like, be authentic, be yourself, be true to yourself. Like, somebody out there, it's going to be a group of people out there that's going to be for you, regardless of who you are. It's people that's out here that do the worst shit ever, and they still have fans. Like, you have to just always be you, and they can either accept it or reject it. Either way, they got to watch it. So, yeah. Also, don't be afraid of nothing. Don't be afraid of nobody. Don't be afraid to put yourself in a position where you don't know what the outcome's going to be. Like, you always just got to take that leap and take that risk and jump off that porch, because you can't live in a box forever and be scared. You can't always be scared of what could come out of something, because you'll never do nothing. So every time that I got an opportunity, it came to me, I opened that door. and whatever it was, if it stayed open or I closed it, I know it was on the other side regardless. So yeah.
All right. So is there any shout outs you want to give out before we start wrapping this video up? This interview?
Shout out to my mama. Shout out to God. Like I'm accepting an award. Shout out to RG Records who got the streets. Abby 25. Shout out to everybody who was a part of my journey, regardless if we're still fucking with each other, we're not fucking with each other. Everybody had a part in my growth. So.
How did you get involved with your label? How did they find you? How did they choose you? How did you choose them?
Man, y'all won't believe it. I met RG through, it's his lawyer, but this is my mom's brother. So my uncle, I met him through my uncle. My uncle's a big time lawyer in Greensboro.
Okay.
So he introduced me to him. This was a year before I got signed, and Rob was like, "Yeah, I saw you as a R&B singer," and I'm like, "What? I'm a rapper. What are you talking about?" Like, he was so stuck on me being an R&B singer for so long, y'all don't understand. And then finally, he started texting me, started calling me. So I was like, damn. And then I was around somebody else in their team, and I was just like, I need my own shit. And what's crazy is when Rob signed me, I was shopping around at labels. Like, I went and met with a bigger label than Rob, but we're not gonna get into that. I just know they was trying to fuck me up, but I signed an NDA, so I can't even talk too much about that. And then Rob came along. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm ready to sign you now as a rapper," and I'm like, "I'm down with that shit." Yeah. The contract was good. Advancement was good. So. And
now you're here.
Now I'm here.
All right. So, is there anything you want to promote? I know you got your single out. Bow, bow, bow.
Get it bussin' at the club, at titty. Yeah, go get that. Bow Bow Bow. It dropped on January 1st, the new year. We've been pushing it. It feels like 6 months, y'all, and it's only February 5th. We haven't been pushing it that long. I'm telling you, it feels like forever, but it's going crazy everywhere. We're on like 3 different radio stations in 3 different states. We about to go on tour at the end of February on the Midwest. We about to go to Atlanta on Friday. Like, we're pushing this shit. So if you ain't already heard it, you just not in the mix. Go get that. For real.
Yeah, go tap in.
I ain't 100 streets, thank you.
What else you got coming? We got any album coming? Got any more singles coming? What can we expect?
Me and Abby 25, we're about to drop a song called Motion Twins. Yeah, so y'all better go get that too. Cause we need go get that. Go get that.
All right. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate Molly tapping in with us on the block. And we'll see y'all next episode.
We out.
I'm on the block.
Get it bustin'.